Hello and welcome to the HHS Show's Creature Feature. Since this is a creature feature, I thought this would be taking place in the jungle, so I traveled to North Sentinel Island to conduct the interview. But it wasn't until after a dispute with the tribe leader that I was informed that the interview was still taking place in the studio. Furthermore, this week's interview will be hosted by Jonathan Ortega. Enjoy. Give me another mango.
Thanks for that, Sean. Here in the studio, we're here today with
Dakota Henn, local reptile expert.
oh my gosh, and you brought some reptiles and amphibians to show us today. All right, what got you started into this hobby?
So I really started when I was 3 years old. My parents took me to a pet store and bought me a lizard, and I actually still have that lizard. He's actually 18 years old, and he's a Euromaster lizard. I've had him since I was 3. That's kind of what started everything, and when I moved out here, I kind of started adopting a bunch of different reptiles and amphibians and adopting them back out to other people, and that's kind of what I like doing. So that's how kind of it all started.
That's awesome.
So.
Honestly, how many do you have now? Like
right now, I have around 50 to 60. The numbers fluctuate though, because all the things I adopt and adopt back out. So.
Well, that's cool. So what did you bring today? Just as a
so today I brought a variety of different things. I brought a rose-hair tarantula, I brought an African sulcata tortoise, I brought a corn snake, and a savanna monitor. So
that's awesome. What's the first animal you got for us?
First animal we got is a rose-hair tarantula. So take her out for everyone.
Spooky. Lordy.
So this is my rose-hair tarantula.
That's awesome.
So
that is awesome, dude. Does it have a name?
This one we kind of call Chewbacca because it's all hairy, you know.
God. What does Chewbacca like to eat?
Chewbacca likes to eat everything from mealworms, waxworms, and her favorite is crickets. So.
Holy cow. That is amazing. How do you tell if it's a boy or a girl?
So, pretty cool. Male tarantulas actually have hooks on the back of their legs. Also, female tarantulas are a little bit bigger than the males. And also, female tarantulas can live up to 25 years, and males only live about 4 to 5 years. So.
That's impressive. Holy cow. I think that's all we got for this guy. Let's put him away for now, and then let's show the other animals.
All right.
So, what animal do you have for us right now?
Right here we got a special animal. You don't really see him a lot. Very big. This is Crush. He's an African sulcata tortoise. So what that means is he obviously comes from Africa.
Right.
He lives in the grasslands and savannas and the deserts in Africa. Right now he's 50 pounds and about 10 years old, but he can live anywhere from 150 to 200 years old and weigh more than 200 pounds. So he's still just a baby.
So you're going to have him throughout your whole life, basically, unless you decide to adopt him off or...
Yep, but I'm planning on keeping him as long as I can.
That's awesome, man. Where'd you get him from? Like, have you had him his whole life, or did you just...
So actually, I've only had him for a couple of years now. I actually adopted him. I was doing some research online, and I came across someone who was trying to get rid of him. And the story is that this man bought him for his fiancée, and they broke up, and she didn't really want the tortoise. So I called him up, and I went over to his house, and I picked him up because they didn't want him anymore. So.
Oh. Well, they missed out.
Yep. But.
What does he like to eat?
He likes to eat everything from all different kinds of grasses and vegetables. His favorite thing is cactus pads. He also likes cucumbers, romaine lettuce, carrots, and different things like that. So.
That's awesome. So do you want to bring out the next one for us? Or?
Sure.
All right.
We'll do.
All right. So what do you got for us right here?
Here we got a cool snake. This is a corn snake from North America. So really cool animals. They're called corn snakes because they kind of look like corn, or a lot of people say maize on their bellies. You can kind of see that on them.
That's nice.
Also because they live in corn silos and barns, and they help keep the populations of mice and rats low. So the farmers actually really like these snakes.
That is amazing. Hold on, earlier you said you had 50 animals total. How many snakes do you have out of all your animals?
So out of all my animals, I actually have 19 snakes. All different sizes.
Holy cow.
Yep. The smallest one I have is the size of my pinky finger. The biggest one I have is 8 feet long, but the one that's going to get the biggest out of them is my Burmese python, who's going to get 20 feet long.
Good God.
So this is
That
just a small
awesome.
one.
Do you mind if I hold him?
Yep.
Oh my God. Dude. So hold on, what's this guy's name? Do you have a name for him?
His name is Pirate because when he was little, he actually cut his eye, so he's missing an eyeball. So he kind of has like a pirate-like look to him.
That is interesting. And you said these guys eat mice and...
Yep, they eat mice, they eat baby birds. That includes like chickens and stuff like that. Sometimes in the wild they'll eat other reptiles, and when they're smaller, they'll actually are cannibalistic and will eat each other.
Good Lord. That is amazing. Where'd you get this guy from?
This I actually got from someone last summer, and he actually had 3 different corn snakes, and this was one of them that he wanted to give to me for my educational shows and stuff like that.
Well, that's nice.
So,
So is he also like a person in... Well, obviously he's involved in the reptiles,
Yeah.
but he had a collection himself?
Yep, he was a little bit. He's in his 80s right now, so he's trying to get rid of his collection, you know, because he wants to start traveling and things like that. So
That's cool. Wow, this guy's a beauty.
but yeah, actually, if you kind of see, he's flicking his tongue out. He's tasting the air. He's trying to figure out if he can eat you or not. So
Oh, well, that's nice. I don't think he could.
no,
could
I'm
he?
just kidding. He couldn't eat you. No, he's just tasting the air because they can't smell like we do. They actually have an organ in their mouth that they pull in scent particles. They taste the air. So
That's amazing. Oh, this is cool. So I'm gonna hand this guy back to you,
thank you.
and then we'll get out your next guy.
Yep.
All right, sweet. All right. So what do you have for us right now?
This is actually a really cool one. Have you ever heard of a Komodo dragon?
I have indeed. I hope it's not.
All right, so you're right. It's not a Komodo dragon, but it's actually something that's very closely related to a Komodo dragon. This is a savanna monitor lizard. So it comes from the savannas of Africa. This one's a female, and she's about 2 feet long. So she's still got some growing to her. She'll grow up to 5 feet long and weigh about 25 pounds, if not more. They actually have teeth shaped like crocodile teeth. So
Really?
yep.
How do you tell that this is a female?
So a lot of with lizards is the females are always bigger than the males. So also the shape of her head is more square, as you can kind of see here.
Yeah, I see that.
Males have more triangular heads. So
That's awesome. What is it like? So what is it like to eat?
so in the wild they're actually scavengers. So that means that they'll eat just about anything they can find. So like dead carcasses, worms, stuff like that. But in captivity, I feed her a variety of different meats. Chicken hearts, baby chickens, baby guinea pigs, mice, rats, anything that I really have that like the snakes don't eat or anything like that. So she doesn't really put anything to waste.
That is amazing. How did you stumble across this little girl? Like,
So-
did you just,
So I was at the pet store once and I saw her in one of their aquariums. She was about the size of my pinky, so about like an inch long. So I'm like, you know what? I really like her. I've always wanted a Savannah monitor. So I picked her up and I've had her for a couple years now, and she's grown really fast
a couple
and really
of
big.
years from pinky to cheese.
Yep, and she's got razor sharp claws that they use to rip apart their prey. You can kind of see on there.
Yeah,
She's kind of cutting up my hand over here. So,
that is awesome.
but they're very, very interesting lizards, and they're related to Komodo dragons. So,
Komodo dragons today, they really breathe fire?
nah, they don't really breathe fire, but they do have like a venomous saliva. So
Do these guys have the same thing where it's like
these do, but it's not as bad
Not as
as like Komodo dragons and stuff because I feed her fresh meat, so it doesn't have bacteria on it. Also, I keep their cages and stuff clean, so the bacteria count is very low.
Alright.
If I ever got bit by her, it would be nothing more than
then
anything else. So it
Alright.
would go away really fast.
well, that is cool.
So.
Thank you for joining us on this week's HHS Talks. I'll see you next week. My name is Jonathan Ortega, and hopefully Sean will be out of that jungle.